I hate to break the fishing news after Remchuk, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down.
Yep.
All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
Welcome in to another surely riveting edition of the Real Life Podcast, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
Don't call me Shirley.
It's always good at Wilhauk Beef Jerky because only the finest tasting meat products earn the Wilhauk name. Get your jerky on. For more info, go to wilhaukbeefjerky.com. They also have 3 spots in the Edmonton area you can get it: Leduc, Spruce Grove, and the West Edmonton Mall kiosk location.
Is that a Naked Gun reference? Yep. Yeah, okay. I could see it. Well, famous Edmontonian Leslie Nielsen.
Oh yeah,
ushering the quote.
The Naked Gun movies. Last podcast I talked about movies I want to watch with my children. Are they acceptable?
You know, let's find out.
Let's
and what about that and Hot Shots? Like that was such a
Hot Shots Part 2.
Era of time for like cinematic enjoyment.
You know what's not acceptable to listen to or watch with kids? This show. So anybody who's listening, who's been texting Chalmers saying, I'm watching this show with a child.
I thought that was very funny.
My counter argument would be I wouldn't go to a horror movie festival with a child and then be shocked when the child is scared. This podcast is not recommended for ears under 24.
No.
Or anyone, really.
I think our sweet spot actually might be like 16 to 20-year-olds, just based on our general sense of humor. And by that, I mean my sense of humor.
It is lowbrow.
Yeah.
Don't be blaming us because of spicy
jokes.
I don't think they would have gotten the Shirley reference.
If we did a podcast called For Our Friends Kids, it would be a totally different podcast.
What would we talk about?
Be like,
I'd break down the latest episode of Blippi.
yeah, you know what's delicious? Fruit.
You know who are great singers? The Bubble Guppies.
Yeah. But I wouldn't listen
The
to this podcast.
Backyardigans.
Yeah,
Ever
they're
heard of them?
Yeah.
I have a confession to make. And
Okay.
this
Children's content related?
It's children's related. It's West End children's related. And I have to say it because I've been so hard towards this West End business
Okay.
my whole life.
Is it the Subway?
It's not the Subway. No, yeah, that's
That's on the list.
that one's on the list. I got to go back to see if it's still the same person to give him a second chance, but I have not been there in years.
That's how feud works.
I was there a year and a half ago. They were there.
It's Muggins.
Okay.
I was there yesterday.
And you know what you're gonna get. You're not looking for
A home run.
a culinary experience.
No.
But I've gone there with Crawford the last 2 weekends,
Oh, no.
and my God, is the service top notch
Yep.
Where?
Oh.
Okay.
at Muggins.
It's so fast.
But they make it an event for her, and it makes my life easier.
How so?
They just pay a lot of attention to her, and they've got lots of TVs, and we sat near a TV. They turn into a kids channel. They're always like playing and chatting with her. Doesn't matter which server. So
Crayons?
crayons,
That's a nice touch.
apple juice.
Crayons is a nice touch.
You know what else they have?
She's walking up and down the booth,
I love.
A couple of VLT.
Yeah,
couple
and
of
the
things.
tater tots.
No, we're talking
Couple of
about
spins?
on the restaurant side.
Has she hit the VLs and does she win?
We haven't. Well, when she feels the tickle, we'll
Yeah,
head over
there
and
we
hit
go,
the
yeah.
sevens.
Newspapers.
Friday afternoon.
Newspapers for crossword puzzles. I love doing a good crossword puzzle while I have my breakfast.
Oh, my dad. You'd get along well with my father.
I love them.
He's always working on one.
What the hell are you talking about, Chris?
Buddy, you
What
know
are
crossword
you?
puzzles?
What on earth?
They're hard to find.
I used to love
Newspaper?
the
Well,
National
yeah.
Post
Yeah.
crossword puzzle.
So the National Post crossword puzzle is really hard, but they have a second crossword puzzle in there that is usually just a LA Times one or something like
like
that.
a word find.
Yeah, well, no, it's good.
A
It's the
word
fill-in.
search?
It's
Oh,
the fill-in
Miami
the blank
Dade
crossword
Herald.
puzzle.
To be fair, also for anyone who goes to Muggins, the word search for the kids fucking hard. Fucking hard. First time I was there, granted I didn't put in a solid effort, couldn't find a word.
Not one.
It was
Not
probably-
one.
it was probably
There's
backwards.
not one, I swear, that is straight across and right in your face.
No, they're
If
backwards
anyone watched
diagonal.
BB last night, trying to
Nope.
see that like code in the algorithm,
Did not.
That was easier to find than anything in that crossword puzzle at Muggins. Anyways, carry on.
No, I just love crossword puzzles. I can't.
they have the National
I might
Post
just
there
take-
for you?
Yeah, I would just might take and a Sun, which are even easier.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to hear a crazy thing about newspapers? How many people write for the Journal in Edmonton?
0.
3.5.
All departments
Oh, all departments?
combined in Edmonton.
I'll
Most
say-
everything's syndicated.
I'll say
4.
5.
ooh,
It used to be hundreds.
Dude, that's such a.
That
I was talking about
office
this with
space
this
they had
dude,
downtown?
man. Like, a building, and it's the Sun, and it's the Journal in the same building.
Yeah.
I would argue
And the Examiner.
that one of the reasons why things are kind of shitty is there's nobody really paying attention to local events in the news anymore.
Jegwave.
Yegwave. But like back in the day, they used to have people in city council chambers like writing down what was happening. And people would read in the journal and be like, are you doing that's crazy? Because that's how everyone talked back in the day, Tyler.
No one's informed.
No one knows now.
Yeah.
Everything's effectively closed chambers. The only people who go to those things are like insane people
wanna
who want to
complain.
yell about,
And they get their way because they're the ones
they're
there.
the only ones there. And like if you aren't aware of what's going on, you can't pick a side of an issue. We can't get informed if there's no way to inform. I swear to God, Yegwave is like 90% of local news, man.
Which is mildly alarming.
Yeah, very.
I think the journal,
Jegwave should show up at council.
they could do a better job and they could still be a viable business. I'm not convinced people wouldn't pay money for a newspaper. You want to do the crossword puzzle. You just said it. I would love to read sports in a newspaper.
I think it was the pivot to online that maybe wasn't handled all that smoothly.
Everything behind a paywall is ill-advised, but no content.
I just want newspaper back in my house so that every day I can pick it up and just smell it.
Yes. Would
It
you
just
pay for a
smells
subscription
amazing.
if it was good again?
No.
It smells
You wouldn't?
amazing, or is
Sunday
it?
The
paper?
newsprint. I just love the smell of newsprint. I can't pick up a piece
That was like
of
a
wood
fake
without
eye. Like
smelling
was
it.
that like a
No, I'm
genuine
dead
eye
serious.
roll? Okay,
No, I'm serious.
that was
It's
an
just
eye roll
like-
Chalmers gave.
So you
Gets me
wouldn't get
right.
a weekly newspaper to your house with a crossword puzzle? You could sniff all week, you weirdo.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
would-
still can. They,
yeah, but I would do the crossword puzzle. See, as a kid, I used to always open up the newspaper and look to see if like my favorite players hit a home run or like who got points.
yeah.
But
Now,
now,
kids do that on the YouTube.
yeah, you do that. You can get that so simple. So like, really, am I gonna flip through a newspaper? Probably not. You know what you'd get? Just send me. You know those little like I don't even know what they're called, but they're like the pieces of brown paper, and they have a whole bunch of like riddles and then
Oh, the
horoscopes.
coffee news?
Coffee news.
Oh, buddy.
Put a
What?
crossword puzzle
Come
on that. Send it to my house.
Coffee news is
Put a-
doesn't
maybe
keep
a
it doesn't keep
Sudoku.
you
I
informed.
don't know. If I'll do it if I have
There's
time. If I
there's
have
some
time.
good facts you can learn from a coffee news, like interesting facts that you might want to.
Like how
Recycle.
tall can an ear of corn be in
Yeah.
Iowa in October? A, 4 feet. B, 4,000 feet.
Like the first jugs machine for football was invented in 1896.
What's a jugs machine?
Or in baseball, like a machine that shoots
the ball.
a self-pitching
It's got
baseball
the two
machine.
wheels and
It's
you
called jugs?
it's called Jugs machine.
They used to use gunpowder.
Another example of why the 16 to 20 range is
Yeah.
Tyler,
what?
piss.
Classic.
It always hits. You're the one laughing harder than me at that one. But.
Well, because your face always changes when someone says it. Anyways,
I saw you this morning at about 6:10 on the TV, Tyler.
What was I doing that early?
You were on Amazon's show about the Oilers. They were showing game 3 or 4 of the Cup Finals. And I could see you immediately, even though you were this tall on the screen.
Can you text me that picture, by the way?
No.
Also making appearance in that
I will.
NHL show.
Congratulations.
Mick Mullet and Christopher Palmer get about half of a second clip in the first episode.
That's a lot of
Right
time.
after PK Subban says, the music's getting low, and the PK says, this is why we do it. It's for the Stanley Cup. And then all of a sudden, rah, and it shows like some crowd going crazy.
yeah.
Mick Mullet and Chris Palmer.
There was a crazy shot I saw, and I took a screenshot of it, and it was Connor, everyone leaving the ice after game 7, and Connor's there, and there's a guy in an old vintage Gretzky jersey turning in Florida to walk up the stairs. So it was like Gretzky was also there with Connor as he was like saying, don't worry about it to all the Oilers. It was pretty interesting.
I don't know if I have a legit beef with the show yet because I haven't finished it, but normal documentaries aren't filmed in the same timeline. They're really mirroring like the golf full swing timeline where they're not doing it like in chronological order and checking in with people at that time to see where they are.
Yeah.
They're going with one person, doing a segment of time, and then going back to another person, doing almost the same segment of time. Like in the first episode, you get William Nylander and Pasternak.
Didn't watch.
And you go through like the playoffs and all that. But then in the third episode, you followed Jeremy Swayman. And he goes through the same time frame,
Don't care.
right? Of the playoffs. And it's just kind of like, could we have not done that together? Or are they just trying to just get the story of the person, of the people? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Instead of the story of the time and where all these time stamps were in correspondence to each other. You know what I mean?
If you're like me, you skipped right over it and went right to the Oilers back-to-back.
See, I
Cupper
couldn't
Bust
do that.
1 and Cupper Bust 2.
Okay, but
Spoiler
How many
alert.
episodes?
We busted 2.
No, like the whole
6.
okay, so episode 3
Yeah.
is Matthew Tkachuk and Eichel? I don't know. But Matthew Tkachuk's in it. So I'm thinking, okay, so are they just going to like do Matthew Tkachuk up to the point of the Stanley Cup final and then go back to Matthew Tkachuk for the Oilers part of it and do them juxtaposed against each other? Like, I'm not there yet, so I don't quite
So
know.
remove kind of your qualms against kind of the timeline bounce
Yes.
back.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's awesome.
Yeah, okay.
It's awesome.
So it's just for you, but you're like a flow. Like it's
I
gotta.
am.
Yeah, that's why.
I kind
it's
of
fucking with your
want to
flow.
see where people are all at the same time.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But the way they're telling it, I get it. They're trying to get more of the story
They're not
of
switching
like,
between all the storylines.
relationships, like the relationship between Pasternak and Nylander.
Yeah.
The relationship with Philip Forsberg and nobody else but himself. He might be my favorite hockey player in the world right now.
Philip Forsberg.
Philip Forsberg.
They did that good of a job telling
He
that
is
story.
not even such a good job telling the story of him. He's just
Cool.
the coolest. Man, he is just
And Washington
like,
just let him go.
next level cool, you know, and tough. And the whole episode's just about how tough, how much
looks
it
like a
hurts.
musketeer.
He is the epitome of hockey player. And then you get the next episode where they talk about Brady and Matthew Tkachuk, and they say it perfectly. They're like, if you could design a hockey player in a lab, you would design Matthew Tkachuk.
Yup.
Brady Tkachuk.
When Keith cries,
Walt, I didn't see that part yet. What?
well, Keith, I don't know,
I saw
child
someone
goo on my
tweeted
fucking
once
glasses.
that Brady Tkachuk looks like that kid whose lips are always red from licking them so much.
if you like, if you
Wow,
didn't,
there was always that kid.
Yeah.
that's
am I the
funny.
only one that always thought that Matthew was the younger of the two?
Maybe. No, Brady's the youngest.
Yeah, Brady is the youngest,
Yeah.
but I always thought Matthew was the younger.
Yeah.
I thought Brady. I don't know. Brady just looks older and more like weathered. And Matthew
Well,
looks like
he does
younger
look.
and
Yeah,
cooler.
well, yeah, he looks like an old man.
When they
But,
won the
like,
cup, though,
Keith-
Keith was crying
Oh yeah.
in the stands. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
It was even though I hate the Tkachuks
Yeah.
collectively more than most,
Yeah.
I respect them. And when Keith was crying, as a fan of the sport, it means a lot to him. Obviously,
Yep.
he's considered one of the great American players. Never won the cup. His kid won. His other kid sitting next to him, equally a boss. He cried.
I'm gonna tell you a little secret.
You're Keith Tkachuk's actual other son.
No,
Oh,
I really like Matthew Tkachuk.
your
I
brother.
really like him.
I like,
take either
there's a
Tkachuk on
lot
this
to
team.
like about him.
Yeah.
Like in terms of player, like if we got him over Puljujärvi,
Oh my god.
hello,
Yeah,
hello,
yeah.
But then
Yeah,
we wouldn't have
but-
Connor, even though we would have.
we would have.
No, then we wouldn't have Connor.
It's so. I watch shows with my kids and I can tell when they're invested and when they're not. When they're fidgety and look, and I'm looking at them and they both. I mean, one had a game on Saturday, then a practice Sunday. The other one had just his first game on Sunday, and then we went home and we watched like another 2 episodes, and they're locked in.
That's
Like
good.
it is so good, man. It's gonna be
Yeah,
so
I
good
gotta start
for
watching
kids that are
tonight.
watching this right now. I guarantee you, just the segment about Keith Tkachuk and Matthew Tkachuk and Brady and what type of player they were and what is a respected hockey player, and even the Philip Forsberg of like, they just were an. I'm like, listen to how they're talking about hockey players, kids. Like, we think this is just a normal game, but you go to somebody who doesn't know it, tell them that we're strapping blades to our feet and we're going to go skate around on the ice. Hard as that is, we're going to hit and fight while we do it
Yeah.
and try to shoot a puck into that net.
Yeah.
And we just think, hey, that's pretty normal. It's the craziest game. And they glow about just like hockey players are just a different breed, tough. And I'm like, you should be proud of that. You're a hockey player, like, and you should want to live up to that kind of expectation. That kind of you should want to like keep that torch. You know what I mean? Like even if you're only playing U15 tier 1, you know what I mean? Like it's still the same thing.
Flex.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a flex.
Well, there's AA and AAA, so he's got some work to do.
Uh-oh. Also, Leon, I would, at the risk of being unpopular, I like him too.
Oh, and he's
And
playing
he's-
tier 2.
He's
He's
It's the U13 that's playing tier 1.
okay. That's a tough
Yeah.
look. For
So,
the
yeah,
oldest.
it is tough.
Anyways,
I'm just
Leon
kidding.
is
It's
brimming
great.
with
It's
personality in this bitch.
is he actually? Or
Yeah,
are you being
man, he's
sarcastic?
funny. No. And he's like, people think I'm not funny. Ah ha ha, I'm always grumpy. Ah ha. And then went on a rant. And he loved Cody Cece. Rest in power.
Yeah, Cody CC
Came into the training room and Leon lit up like a Christmas tree and said, "You should get him on. That's the guy you want to talk to."
So Bag Milk, the guy that nobody still knows who he is, just left
He's having a day.
right before
Big
this.
day for BM right now.
Last
A good big day or a bad day?
it a bad
Oh,
day?
very annoying. He's having an annoying work day. There's a lot of
Okay, we can
annoyingness
circle
happening.
back, as the business people would say, to my thing.
Let's put a pin in that.
What's going on? Is it something we can talk about, or
Well, we're not going to. There's a new thing that's coming on to the team.
okay?
We can't announce it yet.
Okay,
So that's a whole kind of production because it's like the 11th hour on getting that to become a reality.
I feel like I know less as you're explaining this.
Yeah, I'm trying to really make it less. He's got a deal. He's got that. He's trying to get his team ready and up to speed and fill some seats in time for the start of the season. That's taking some time.
Season starts in 2 days.
Season starts in 2 days. As you can tell, a lot of pressure. There's a whole other thing that I don't think we're going to talk about that he has to deal with
This
today.
isn't information. This is redacted.
It's all redacted.
This is like when they put out the
Well,
JFK shooting.
I actually
It's just
do.
blacked out. Says
I really
car.
do want to talk about the one thing, but I don't know if we should.
I think we maybe can. Yeah, I think we can. Like Frank obviously is going viral for one of his bold predictions, and like I just again knowing Frank too, I think people are taking it wildly out of context. and
Okay, what is
choosing
this bold
anger.
prediction?
Frank typed out a bold prediction that, again, because he does a bold prediction for pretty much every team. And his bold prediction was, if I'm going to be blunt, that the Blue Jackets are not going to be good this year. But then he said Blue Jackets have never won a draft lottery, that kind of as like Johnny Gaudreau being their angel, like they're going to win the draft lottery this year. Like they're going to, with help from above is how he put it.
Well, that's where it got to. It didn't start that way. Like that's what it was meant. Frank might have just kind of maybe just could have added some more context to his prediction.
Okay.
And so people ran with it. And what people don't know, and this is what is very upset, like, sure, okay. Could have maybe added some words for more color. People are running with it and trying to vilify Frank. But what people don't know is Johnny and Frank grew up to each other. Frank's covered Johnny hockey's entire career as a minor hockey leaguer to becoming a friend to even being invited and being at his funeral. This is how entrenched Johnny Gaudreau and Frank Saravalli are. So he would never do anything of ill will
Right.
to Johnny Gaudreau. And the fact that people are saying that he is what's very upsetting. And Frank, I know, is very kind of personally upset. He's like, shit. He feels like he's done something wrong in terms of like slighting Johnny, even though he didn't. Like his intention was like Johnny is an angel.
As the guardian angel of the Columbus Blue Jackets, they will
They'll get the lottery.
and that was-
win
they'll have their
a lottery they've never won before.
Yeah.
Because that is the only pure justice for a brutal situation
Well,
and
not
season
even-
they find themselves in.
it-
Is that what he's?
well,
that's
like-
what he's meaning.
In a way.
Like and it probably needs more explanation, and maybe that's why just putting it in a few words, and that's why it's getting picked up like that. But it's getting very misconstrued, and knowing like Frank's connection to Johnny, like I just know that it's eating him up right now. That people think this.
As a function of how much stuff he writes, how much stuff everybody
I know.
writes, you're going to have 4 to 5 things a year, right?
Yeah. So So anyways,
One of those things. The
I don't know.
season's starting.
This might get edited. This might not. I don't know. But it's so BM's getting pulled into just making sure that things are comfortable there.
I get it.
So
Well, the reason I brought him up was because on last episode of this show, he said that it was too much pain to watch the Oilers episodes.
Yeah.
Bag Milk said that?
Yes.
He caved immediately.
And he
watched them.
caved. And
I
he
watched him this
watched
morning
it.
at 5:30 in the morning.
no,
and
but I
last
called him
night
out
refused.
immediately. Well, you called
Yeah,
him. We all
I knew
called
he
him out
would.
immediately.
I knew he would watch it. But so I asked him, and he's not here to give his opinion on it, but I asked him, I said, was it as hard as you thought? And he emphatically said, yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
Yeah, the scenes with Connor in the dressing room is very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Oh,
Very sad.
It is a bit much that I have to watch. I'm not enjoying it, but I would like
The
to have
Oilers
seen
part's
some
gonna hurt.
Oilers part by now.
well, you're gonna get there. You're
I
ending
know.
it with it.
Why'd
I
you
know.
start at the beginning? Why'd you skip ahead the good bits?
Because I'm not that, I need to, it's the old, I don't want to miss out on something, that might further the story, which I realize is not a part of this documentary because they are so different every episode.
Is the William Nylander episode showing any of the sisters that look exactly like William Nylander
No.
that he has back at home?
No.
You ever seen the clip of them in the stands and it's him and his sisters and it looks like 4 William Nylanders laughing? It's hilarious how much he looks like his sisters. That's all I'd want to see. Maybe some sort of reality show, like a Jackson 5 band.
I was expecting, and this is another knock on the show, but a little bit more context around the Nylander and don't be a baby on the bench after he misses the first 2 games
Did
of
they
that
provide
series.
any color on it?
They just showed it, and then they showed Matthews, and then he just kind of says, things get heated, but, we're brothers. And you're like, okay, so I still don't totally understand. Like, were you yelling at Marner, and was also Matthews yelling at Marner?
So,
or, like, what's the deal?
As much as we hear that Amazon's saying, no, we won't take any of the stuff out, they did take some stuff out. And so I think that's the context that was missed because it was taken out.
Yeah.
They go to Nylander, he's just like, Mitch Marner's a little bitch.
But
What do you want of that?
like, I don't. Mitch Marner and Matthews. Well, Matthews one snippet, but they're like, okay, game 1 they get shelled. Nylander's not there. Game 2, Nylander's still not there. Nobody knows what the hell's going on, and they're like, but here comes Matthews, and they give him like 10 seconds. They show his, breakaway goal, but then they go right back to like, okay, game 3, now Nylander's back, and here's Nylander, and here's Nylander, and here he is winning the series, and you're just like, okay, so did he win the series for them? Like, did it turn on a dime the minute he was there?
Well, they lost in 7.
Right, but okay, sorry. But they didn't win the series. They were winning all the games. Like, they made this comeback. Right? To get to game 7.
I don't know. You watched it.
I don't even remember, man. There was a part of us that were like, oh, this is when he scores. And then all of a sudden, Pasternak scores. And we're like, oh, yeah, never mind. I don't know. I have a memory that's not very large.
There was also some cool shit about Connor revealed. Him and LK1 both drive Porsche SUVs. That's pretty cool.
Sick.
His TV, I don't know if it was a trick of the camera. It looks like it's 300 inches. He
Probably
looks
is.
like he's got some special TV that we
Probably
can't go
does.
to the store and get.
Nope.
And he's sitting there, he's watching like the Kings-Senators game, and I was taken aback by how big his television was.
Call me when he gets a custom Porsche minivan made for his wife.
Like Zuck did?
Like Zuck did.
And then he just threw himself in a roadster.
Did actually West Coast Customs make that for them?
Yeah, yeah.
West Coast
Zuck's like, just
Customs
give
is-
me a car too. 'cause
They're not putting fish tanks in the back of El
Zuck
Caminos
shows
anymore.
up. Then he's got workout equipment in his house, and it says on it, built for Connor McDavid with a huge 97. That's fucking so cool.
Oh my God, what a life too, Jack Eichel. Just like gets eliminated, goes to New Hampshire to his lake house, full gym, just working out, living the life in New Hampshire. Like,
Just a loser.
oh man, that's the one part I always when I watch any of these like receiver, quarterback, or I just look at their lives and I'm just like, look at that car.
I saw the
Look
clip.
at
He's
that
like,
house.
at his house under construction, Jack Eichel. He's like, oh, I thought there'd be people here. I'm like, they don't believe in you, Jack. No one does.
All given up.
Even your home contractors don't believe.
Well, no, someone
seen
could
the
say
foot-
that about Connor's contractors too, but
Oh, there's the footage of Jack Eichel pulling up in Vegas when they recruited him, and they had the truck like pull into the casino, and he got out, and there was like Centurions, and he got out like looked so mad that he had to be there. That's who you went all in on, Vegas.
well, they won a cup.
Yeah, it worked.
Did you guys talk last week about it? Did work. Why is Robin Lerner getting paid? And they're like, this is a one-off, and then no one's heard from him.
Yeah, so he fell into the snake pit and couldn't make it back for his physical.
Do you think
It's like it
he
Like
is
Indiana
unalived?
Jones style?
Also, no, because his
Why
agent
haven't we
put
heard a word out
he
of
put
his-
out a statement.
Okay, can I see him, please? Proof of life with
That's
the
why
newspaper?
Vegas doesn't have him on the cap anymore, which now means they were allowed to claim Raphael Lavoie.
But what is happening? Can anyone explain to me what is happening?
I don't
He
know.
didn't show up for his physical.
Somehow Vegas
No,
is getting preferential treatment for all this
How did the
BS.
PA agree to let him off the hook for this?
Because Vegas is still going to pay him.
But like,
Yeah, of course
what-
they'll happily pay if it doesn't mean being on the cap. What the fuck? Imagine we could do that with Jack Campbell.
Yeah.
So if you want somebody now and you don't want to pay them out, you just go to them and say,
Don't show up for your physical.
and then we'll just pay you out.
I'll
And
pay
then
you out.
we found another
That's the
way
new
around
hack.
the cap.
Because precedent is set.
Well, exactly.
But the NHL doesn't like to follow their own precedent.
They don't.
No, it's case by case,
Case by
and
case.
Vegas gets all the cases.
Yeah.
It's
Now-
so sus.
On the topic of Connor McDavid, all this, is he opening a restaurant, him in a chef uniform?
Did you see what it was?
Is it him taking over the Bobby Nix burger?
No.
That's my guess.
Or are you
worse.
ready to be?
It's much
Are you
worse.
ready to be right pissed
It's
off?
really
Connor
not good.
McDavid nachos?
So you're like, why are you doing it, Connor?
Yes. Well, we
Is-
know why he's
is-
doing it.
Ready when he was teasing?
Is it a concession item?
No, his new ad with CIBC. That's all it
Where
is.
CIBC is going to give you money to open a restaurant?
If Connor
Yep.
wanted to open a restaurant, CIBC would believe in him.
Yep.
That's the ad, Jay.
Oh.
And it's like, look at me, I'm cutting up celery.
I thought it was to take over the Bobby Nix burger.
Remember when McDonald's said if we won the cup, they were going to make a McDavid's for a day?
Yeah.
I thought that was just going to be like, we did it anyways. And McDavid's for a day. And
I
instead
thought
it
he was opening
that.
a restaurant, and I'm rather disappointed that
Was
this
that a
was.
CIBC ad?
Yeah.
Wasn't he Scotiabank before?
No, always CIBC.
So the one where he stands up and goes, let's go, that's CIBC?
Yes.
These are the worst. Just the worst.
So
What
is
you
the-
do-
But the Bobby Nix burger is gone, right?
It's been gone for a while.
Okay.
You want a CIBC ad? I'll give you one. It's Connor frowning, looking at his iPad while he's watching his 300-inch TV. And every time Lauren's buying something for their wedding, he's getting notifications. It's like, do you have bills this summer? And it's Connor being like, ugh. Like, boat rental, $4 million. Buble at your wedding, $12 million. Get alerts in real time, $11 million.
18
Helicopter
dresses
rental.
at $3,000 a piece.
Seriously, like 11 dresses, $4 trillion. There's your ad, CIBC.
Since we are a hockey podcast and you said two keywords, I'm just wondering, because what I like coming in here for is that I see snippets of news.
Yep.
I come in here and I got to ask you guys the questions that I think 95% of other hockey fans don't just do their own research and kind of listen to you guys for.
Sure.
Jack Campbell.
He's in the player assistance program.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how long does that last?
You know he's not an Oiler, right?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
We
He's a
bought him
Red
out.
Wing?
We
He went
bought him
there-
out.
We bought him out, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Let's just cut that.
If
part.
this happened,
Well,
if this
like, no,
happened
I
talk
last
about
year, then he would be off our. He would be LTR'd.
When did he
So-
become a Red Wing? I don't get it.
He signed there over the summer. I think it was only a PTO or a minor league deal. But anyways, yeah, he's just going to the player assistance program. So it's pretty cut and dry. I understand your question, though.
Yeah.
Like, is there cap implications? There's not.
Okay. Okay, that was my question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
It's a
just
fair
like the best.
question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's very, very clear. Well, all the best to him.
Only Vegas gets the
Preferential, yeah.
workarounds.
Okay, before we're going to take a break and then we're going to do the game I want to play, but also I want to do a little bit of talk for our friends at Bet365, the largest sports betting platform globally. You can download the app today, sign up using the promo code OILYBONUS. That's Oily Bonus. It's one word, Oily Bonus. And you
Are
can
the
get in-
Oilers home opener odds up?
They are. Would you like to know about them?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They are minus 170 favorites. They're plus 140 on the puck line. And if you want to do the always popular Edmonton Oilers to win, Connor McDavid to get 2+ points, same gamer. Player props aren't up yet, so I can't tell you what that pays. But it'll probably be
A
about
day out.
minus 130.
Now they show up. Preseason's over.
Ooh, Oilers to win, McDavid to score, plus 225.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go. That's the one. That's the one.
I would like to
He
bet
never scores in the
on
first game of season.
a few of the new Oilers to score. Skinner
I don't
and
know that.
Arvidsson.
Even though, did you see the lines at practice today?
Isn't Janmark?
Janmark and Skinner swapped.
Stu or Jeff? That's going to be my joke all season, by the way.
I know someone commented.
I'm going to
today.
tell it 4 times
I
a
got a
game.
real kick out of it.
I'm going to tell you every time.
I snickered.
So do they both? Does one
We
just have to have the first name letter to
I
denote
think
them?
Stu
or
doesn't
both?
have it and Jay does.
Yeah.
No, I think neither of them do.
Really?
One has to. When
No,
we
they don't
adjusted
have
it,
to.
Why do
Justin
they
and
have
Nick
when we
had
had
the
Justin
J
and
in
Nick Schultz, they
One
both
has
had it.
goaltending
P&M
pads on.
Comrie. Those are the days.
Yeah.
One has goaltending pads on. What the hell do they need the initial for?
Still
I think we know the
confusing.
difference.
Yeah,
There's 3 rules in the NHL, Chalmers. 1, we sing the national anthem. 2, same last name, you get a letter. 3, don't go in the blue paint.
The brothers in St. Louis, P.O. and Marc-Olivier Joseph,
Yeah.
neither of them are. They're both just going to have Joseph on the back.
What?
No
I've never even
initials.
heard of either of those guys.
So confusing.
Yeah, it is.
I just put Junior the third on the back.
Did you guys see Bronny and LeBron?
No.
What? They played together.
Oh.
They played together in a preseason game.
How'd it go?
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know. It's funny. Like, they play into it. They think it's good. LeBron's so fucking happy.
Does Bronny go do the baby powder at the beginning of the game?
Went like he was going to, and then was like, They were like, yeah. And they're just selling jerseys like crazy.
Like, will he make the team?
Well, LeBron says he's going to be a regular in the NBA. And I don't think he's going to put that pressure on him if it's not like fair.
If he, yeah.
Right? He had 3 blocks, which was incredible in one game.
NHL season starts tomorrow. Blues versus Kraken is the first game.
Okay, I'm going to go Kraken.
You're going to go Kraken?
Yeah. What's that pay?
Okay, minus 130. And then you got Panthers Bruins in the banner raising.
Bruins. Swayman signed.
On the banner raising night?
Yeah.
No, you take the Panthers.
No.
Utah, Chicago, first game in Salt Lake City.
Utah.
Let's go Utah puck line like they're going to smoke them.
This hockey club
No,
name
don't
is
get
so
greedy.
gross.
Plus
Can we agree?
539.
Why don't
for
we
those
stay
three.
away from Utah until we see them on the ice?
Gotten a name and time.
You know why I think they're doing it? They can sell merch.
So they can move again?
Yes. So they can sell all so they can sell all this merch with the excitement of the new team, and then the next year roll out
of
new
course.
merch, and everyone will buy it again.
Of course.
That's why they're doing it. The colors look good,
Mm-hmm.
but that's a cheap move.
It is. It's 100% what they're doing. I think you're bang on. Okay, to wrap, our boy Eric Sabrowski made the playoff roster for the Cleveland Guardians. Let's go.
Oh, that is great news.
And they are in action as we speak, up 1-0 in their series on the Tigers. It's 0-0 top of the first.
Okay.
But it was cool. Baseball Canada put out like a little graphic, and it had all of the Canadians that are playing in the Major League playoffs. All 4 are Guardians. It's cool.
We interviewed him on the
call them the
Gregor.
Cleveland Canadians. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
We interviewed him on the Gregor show,
Yeah.
and I got to talk to him, and I told him that of all his fans in the world, you were his biggest, and how it was like you were in the MLB because he's in the MLB, and you got the notifications turned on and everything, and he said that made his day.
I know. I'm sure he's annoyed with my constant DMing. I was like,
Oh, it's
bro,
good.
I was like, bro, playoff roster. You got to let me know what's going on here. He's like, I don't even know. I was like, God damn it.
Why would he be annoyed
I
because
don't know.
you're his fan? I think that guy gets like the difficulty of how hard it was for him to be in the MLB, and I think he appreciates the love.
I just sent him a DM on the first game, and I just said, have fun today.
That's awesome.
And he wrote after the game, it was a fucking blast.
There you go.
What a
It's
great
just cool,
story, man!
It's
Like
just like,
2 Tommy Johns. Are you fucking kidding me?
So if he makes he's now there. Like
No, he's there.
Like next year he's there.
Oh, yeah.
he's there.
He's an MLBer now.
Amazing.
It's awesome.
Did you know there was a guy from Edmonton that played in the MLB in 1931, and I asked Gregor if he knew him, and Gregor got mad at me.
Don't show him up on his own show.
I'm like, you know that guy? He's like, buddy, I was around in 1931. I'm like, you weren't? And then I started doing this like I was counting his age.
Okay. Shout out to our friends at Bet365. Once again, we are going to quickly step aside for a quick break. Okay.
Tyler said you had a game.
Do we have theme music for it?
No.
Tyler's game. Let's have fun.
It's so
Tyler's
fun.
game.
I text
What's it
people at
about?
8 a.m. because I'm so pumped for it. I got a game.
I take a lot
Please
of
show
flack
up.
for sending messages early. I'm working.
You
I'm
guys
up
come
early,
in for the
cracking dawn.
podcast today. I got a
Buddy,
game.
been up for 2 hours already.
I know, but
What do
I'm
you do
just
for the
saying-
first 2 hours a day? Just thumb through hockey cards and go, mm-hmm,
Me?
mm-hmm. Oh, that guy, mm-hmm.
He makes potatoes.
What time
steak,
do you wake up, Tyler?
Goulash.
I'm up at 7.
7.
Yep.
What
And
do
what
you
time are you working? 7:01?
So what I do is alarm
in
goes
bed?
off. Alarm goes off at 7 because Amber starts at 7:05. So then like she gets
4
up.
hours of 4 minutes
She
of
play in
peace.
the MLB?
Yeah. So she goes over to her computer because she works from home, so you can just kind of like whatever.
Oh, God,
And
she's
then
always there.
I usually fall asleep for like, bro, I know. And then I roll over at like 7:15. Then I make some loud noises. I'll go like, and that's Amber's cue to bring me my coffee and laptop, and I work in bed for 45
Oh
minutes.
my god!
That's her
Hold on.
cue.
You grunt yourself a coffee every morning?
Yeah.
You gotta
This
like
is what
Dwight
marriage
And if
is?
she doesn't hear me, I text her.
Dwight Schrute with the Altoids and the bang on the computer.
Wow.
Text say,
It's a voice note.
I had to text today.
Old Dr. Pavlov over here.
I had to text
I
today.
text her at 8:17 and said hello.
Did you not hear my loud grunt?
I'd bring in a scalding pan of
Oh,
butter
jeez.
and welcome you to your day with a face full of
Now that I
scalding
say it
butter.
out loud, it's a little weird.
Yeah, it's super
Grunt.
weird.
Oh, jeez. You think?
But yeah, no, I work from bed till about like 8:15. Then I get up and get moving.
Do you shower every morning?
Yeah.
Do you grunt again and Amber carries you to
He
the
grunts again.
shower like
and then he
Prince
gets a
of the
sponge bath in
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah. And then she starts drawing a bath upstairs. And then fourth grunt is Please have my breakfast ready in the bathroom
Yeah.
for my morning bath.
5th grunt, start my car, make sure it's warm.
Yeah. And don't use a command start.
Yeah.
You're forbidden.
Manual.
Go outside and do it manually.
Okay. So hockey season starts in a couple days.
Yeah. It's too late for coffee.
Too late in the day.
So I thought I'd go and find some players who've changed teams,
Oh, I like this game.
and I want to see if you guys can remember who their new team is.
Oh, geez. There are some
And it gets increasingly harder.
Jack Campbell, Detroit Red Wings.
I'm going to go over, guaranteed.
No, you'll get one.
So do we want to do it where you blurt out the answers, or do we want to do like a point
What?
system?
It's your game. Tyler's game.
Okay.
Have fun.
Don't make
then-
everybody say I don't know a bunch of times. If someone
Yeah.
knows, they just say it.
Okay. So player
First person to say it.
Player one that I've written down.
I'm going to go, I know.
Vladimir Tarasenko.
I know.
Anyone?
Carolina.
Detroit Red Wings.
Detroit Red Wings.
Damn it. I just saw him score a goal, too, like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I just remember him wearing red.
Oh, also, I forgot to do something here. 1 second. My game today is brought to you by our friends over at Great Clips. Thursdays are Keep It or Clip It. Monday, something else. Today, it's my game. Shout out to Great Clips, more than 4,400 hair salons throughout the United States and Canada. Great Clips is the world's largest hair salon brand, an official hair salon of the NHL. Salons are locally owned and operated 7 days a week, and your time is valuable, which is why you can use the Great Clips check-in app to see the wait time, check in on your phone, and get your haircut when you want. Great Clips. It's going to be great. For more info, check out greatclips.com.
First guy out gets the death penalty. Forgot to tell you, Charles.
Oh, jeez.
Playing for keeps.
Okay, player number
Squid
2.
Game 2.0.
Darcy Kemper.
Oh, got it. Come on.
Utah.
But it's like the biggest trade in the offseason.
Who's Darcy Kemper?
The goalie.
LA.
He's king. He's in the Dubois trade, but it was a while ago. It was in June during the Cup final.
Okay, all right.
So I did say they're going to get harder. So they're,
Oh, great.
Chalmers is 0 for 2.
Yep.
Wanye did not participate. He's got a
Sidelines.
DNP.
Exactly.
Jay's 2 for 2. Victor Olofsson.
Okay. Let me go first. Where was he before?
Buffalo.
Then he is now with
You don't
the
know. You're trying
New
to
York
guess.
Rangers.
Hold on. You know what John was trying to do right now? He's looking at all the questions on a
know where he
multi-choice and trying to play them off each other.
I know where he is.
Can Jay go 3 for 3?
I'm going 3 for 3. He is with the I'm trying to think of the right word to use here. The
What's the right-
clause breakers.
The right name is the team name.
Oh, it's the Vegas Golden Knights, but like they're known for getting preferential clause treatment. So I was trying to
Just
think
missed
of
it.
Because they killed Robin Lerner.
God, I was close.
Yeah, he is in Vegas from Buffalo. I actually like this because if Chalmers can nail one of them, just guessing, that'll be pretty impressive.
He's just swinging at every pitch.
Yep.
So this guy was claimed off waivers today by the Anaheim Ducks,
Oh, well, then he's with the Ducks.
but who put him on waivers? The player's James Reimer.
What?
No, stop.
Oh, I got it.
You do know it?
I know it.
JVR, Chalmers.
Who put James Reimer on waivers?
Well, he was with Toronto
James
at
Van
some point in his
Riemsdyk.
career.
James Reimer.
Yep.
I
that's
believe
JVR.
that James Reimer was playing with the
Leafs.
San Jose Sharks.
At one point, in his
He
little
was
career.
last year, but he had signed with Buffalo over the offseason, and then they put him on waivers.
I was gonna say Buffalo, just so you know.
A half point?
All right. This
They
pla-
signed him over the season and already cut him.
Yeah.
They didn't like what they saw.
Yeah.
They Josh Browned him.
Former Calgary Flame is your next one. Oliver Shillington.
Oh, I know where he went.
What? I've never even heard of this player.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just going to guess. Pittsburgh Penguins.
Okay.
Colorado.
Oh, Jay stays undefeated.
What the hell is going on? What's wrong with you?
He loves the waiver wire.
It's as if
Waiver
I work
wire
for
Jay.
a digital sports media company that specializes in hockey.
Okay, next one I got for you. He was a Kane last year in the playoffs.
I'm not even getting the respect of being looked at anymore by Tyler.
Where
You're over 9.
Where is Evgeny Kuznetsov?
Scott.
Seattle.
That's a trick question. He's in Europe.
Trick question. He signed in
in
the
Russia.
KHL.
Oh,
He's
No
for
one in the
Scott.
NHL.
okay.
I did say they were going to get harder.
Do Nail Yakupov.
I only have 2 more.
Is one nail.
Oh, Nail Yakupov.
Happy birthday yesterday, by the way, King.
We were obsessed with this guy at the deadline.
Okay.
Didn't get him. Beck Malenstein.
Oh, yes, back. I know where he is, too.
We weren't
You know
obsessed
where
with
he
him
is?
at any point in his life.
I'm going to stump you on the last one, though.
Okay, we'll see.
Beck Malenstein.
Yeah.
I wish he was an Oiler.
Is he a Cape Breton Oiler?
He
Which
is
is an
a. Have
Amsterdam.
have I said the team yet?
I don't know.
You haven't.
But he has?
Yeah. This is another one I thought I could trick you guys.
Is he an Oakland Seal?
Then he is a Kraken?
Buffalo Sabre.
They're all
Well,
Buffalo
Tyler,
Sabres.
let me. I guess I was gonna say
But he
Buffalo.
knows it.
Oh, I thought you already did. You
No,
knew
I
it.
didn't. Well, then he would have got
Okay.
the answer.
So this is for the sweep, Jay. Can you go a perfect 8 for 8 or whatever?
I don't
it is?
know. Can I?
Former Oiler.
Oh shit.
Where is Caleb Jones?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Give me a conference.
After he goes, I'll give you a after he's got his answer like locked in.
I have no idea.
I'll do this
I'm,
one, Tyler.
I'm gonna guess.
I'll do this one, Tyler. Robin Lerner's Snake Farm.
No, he is signed to a team.
Oh, that's where you go where you
You got
don't
a guess,
come
Charles?
back.
Vancouver Canucks.
You got a guess, Jay?
Oh, that might be right. I'm gonna say Dallas Stars.
Ooh, I finally stumped Jay. Caleb Jones is an LA King.
God damn it.
Ah, yeah, that one I didn't know.
Can we bring back the game where I have to pick what date the goal was scored from a 30-second
Yeah,
clip?
you dominated that.
That
Let's
was
do
great.
that one again.
Yeah.
I suck at this one.
Yeah.
Okay, just say a player that I would really definitely know
Like one of the
off
big
the
name.
top of your head, and I see if I can get one.
Just
Sidney
Perry
Crosby.
Kokoniemi.
Who? Montreal?
I should have said yes, Perry, but
Jesperi Kotkaniemi.
No. What? Montreal. Sure.
No.
Okay.
He's with
Islanders.
Carolina now.
Sidney,
Carolina.
go with Juan
Carolina, yeah.
Tage Ginla.
He just got drafted, didn't he? Oh, Jesus.
Where is he?
West.
Yeah.
Dallas Stars, because Bill Guerin gave him the jersey, right?
Nope.
Am I wrong?
You have misremembered that entire.
Bill Guerin is not with the Stars.
Who's Bill Guerin with?
Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Minnesota,
Oh
then.
boy,
Is it Minnesota?
he's a Kraken.
I hate this
Was it Utah?
He's Utah.
Utah. They look like the Kraken.
Here's one you should be able to get. Where did Jake Gensel sign?
Utah.
No. What?
I don't have
The Kraken.
clue.
No.
He is the new. Who did they let go?
Oh, that's actually
He's the new Stamkos.
because Stamkos went to
Pittsburgh.
Nashville.
Nashville.
I don't know, man.
And
Gensel's
Stamkos
in
plays
Tampa
for
Bay.
Nashville now?
yeah.
This game is hard.
Jonathan Marchessault, do you remember who he was on?
He's a Kraken.
No.
Who did he play for last year?
Vegas.
Okay, he did
Yes.
play for Vegas,
Yes.
scored 40 goals.
Yes.
And then he signed with?
Montreal.
No, also Nashville.
Oh, God.
He's a Kraken.
Brady Shea was the defenseman.
Okay, we got to stop playing this.
Brady Shea was the
This is
defenseman
not
in
fun.
Carolina.
Yep.
Was in New York for a bit.
Okay.
And he signed in
Carolina.
also Nashville.
Okay. Name one more player.
Philip
from
Forsberg
Is
plays
Nashville.
for. Okay.
Charles, yeah. Honestly, if you didn't get the Stamkos one, I don't know.
Leon Draisaitl is the mayor
I
of.
tell you, I check out in the summertime.
Where did Chris Tanev
Broadway.
sign? Where did Chris Tanev sign?
He's a Kraken.
Vancouver.
No, Toronto. Who traded for Mikhail Sergachev?
Nashville. I don't know.
He's a Kraken.
No, Utah.
Nice.
This game is hard.
So,
Give me one I can get right, Tyler.
Where
Win.
does Pierre-Luc Dubois play now?
You just said he got traded for somebody like 2 seconds before this.
Yeah, Kemper.
Darcy Kemper.
Ooh, here's one that
I
Wanya
don't
can
know,
probably
man.
get.
Where does Victor Arvidsson play?
Edmonton.
Okay.
Where did Chandler Stevenson and Brandon Montour signed?
The Bruins.
He finally goes off track.
You finally stopped saying Kraken.
I know. I did.
Nikita Zadorov.
No, I don't want to do this anymore.
You're over it. You're trauma out on
Yeah,
my
I'm
game.
trauma out on this game.
He's
This
a
game is
Kraken.
hard.
Well, I hope the listeners found it educational.
I'll bet you they did way better than me.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, well, it
curious.
wouldn't be hard.
Yeah.
They said to get one.
This is why I'm no good at puck doku.
Oh, you know what you'd be good at? I pulled it up because I was going to show you.
Kraken
Do you ever,
trivia?
do you ever play the New York Times Connections game?
Yes.
Did you see the sports one?
No.
They do one every day now that's just sports.
Oh,
That's a
how does it
good
work?
time.
So it's 6. So today your 16 words are Union, Burrow, Flacco, Revolution, Reese, Skeens, Dynamo, Crew, Chase, Rowe, Beckham, Sail, Namath, Canoe, Kayak, Theismann. So I think one here, Crew, Revolution, Union, and Dynamo are all...
There's a QB one here.
Yeah, so those are all MLS team names.
So let's do.
You knew that, or is this from?
Is there an ad being brought up bottom left? What is that?
It's just asking me to take the survey. What I think these
No ad space?
these four are all
stupid.
LSU athletes. They're trying to throw you off with the quarterbacks.
Oh, because yeah. Angel Reese.
Missed it.
Missed it by one.
This is great radio.
So his
Yeah, it's
screen.
not
Oh,
good.
Beckham. Beckham is at LSU.
OBJ was LSU.
OBJ was LSU. Remember? No, Reese. Keep Reese.
Who's taken out?
This isn't a game to play on the air.
Skeens played for LSU.
And so did Chase.
I don't know who
Chase Burrow,
Skeens is.
He's the pitcher.
Oh, we're cooked now.
Yeah. Oh, well, you fucked that up.
Anyways,
didn't
it's a fun game if you're looking for
that
something
was
to do.
good podcast listening
If
right there.
after you
Like
grunt in the
Angel
morning,
Reese? I
you
thought it
have
was
like
Angel.
5 minutes, play this game.
If you
It
wake
makes
up in the
it great.
morning and grunt and your wife hasn't immediately brought you a hot beverage, you've got 3 minutes to spare. By all
connections.
means.
Yeah. Play the
But
connection.
how can you if you don't have your laptop yet?
Do it on your phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you feel sorry for yourself when you don't get your coffee quickly?
No.
Do you start the day with a rousing
But,
dose of pity?
okay, let me, in my defense,
Yeah. Okay.
if I get up,
Interested to hear this?
if I get up and I start making the coffee,
Does she grunt?
she goes, "Hey, that's my job."
Ooh.
So she does like doing it.
What's your job?
What do I? I'm good at. Oh, I'm the only one who ever vacuums.
Oh.
I'm really good at staying on top of the vacuum.
She gave you
cleaners.
that.
Yeah, she gave me that.
She's like, I gotta give him something.
Yeah, he's gonna crumble if I don't give him something. So I'm good at that. I always make sure the cars have gas.
You're like, I'm really good at putting my coat on a hanger. That's the stuff, Ty.
Most of the time.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That's about it. I cook dinner. So there's
Do you
that.
do like fix-it stuff?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at
I
that.
can see that.
As
You were
can tell.
great around here.
Yeah, like the studio. And
You
now-
cook? You're the cook?
Yeah, I'm the cook.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
then morning coffee, cook trade off.
That's cool.
It's a good deal.
That's
We're solid.
What's your specialty?
What is my specialty?
microwaved
Yeah,
fettuccine
no,
Alfredo.
In the summer, I'm good on the barbecue. I'll always be throwing different things on the barbecue. I did pork chops the other day. And they were delicious.
Do you mix a nice drink? Can you make like a fun fruity drink?
Yeah. Make a good margarita.
That works.
I did old fashions this weekend.
Ooh.
Those are good.
How do you do it? Talk to me.
Bourbon, ice.
Have
Well, what type of bourbon? first of all?
bourbon,
Yeah.
the big circle ice ball,
Need a big cube.
Okay.
Need the big
Very,
cube.
yeah, I don't like crushed ice, old fashions.
homemade simple syrup.
Ooh, how do you do that?
Full disclosure, Amber made it.
It is just water and sugar, but
Yep.
yes, good
Yep.
job.
I don't know the measurements on that one.
You just feel it out.
A couple maraschino cherries in there, really sweeten it up.
What?
And then I have
that the
Jeez.
orange?
Orange rind, bro.
orange as well. It's a fruity.
You do both? Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what always gets me when I'm cooking rice in the rice cooker? I can never remember if it's like 2-to-1 rice to water.
You have a rice cooker?
Oh yeah, We
That's
cook
a game
lot of
changer.
Rice. They're so good.
I do like rice.
It does take like 35 to 40 minutes.
What is the ratio?
I don't know. I always look it up.
Oh.
I think it's more water to
Yeah.
rice. To less rice.
Yeah.
I think it's
yeah,
2 to 1
it has
water
to be.
rice.
It has to be.
Yeah. I only screwed it up once. The rice was not good.
So every time you look it up?
Yes.
Rice doesn't. I find
Because it's 45 minutes or 40 minutes before I realize if I did it wrong. So I mean, I just take the 30 seconds to just look it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Measure twice, cut once.
Yep.
Yeah. 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 Apply it to the rice game.
If you don't cook rice right, then it doesn't reheat well for leftovers.
That's right.
That's why you get a rice cooker. Because
I
as
just-
long as you're ratioed right, it'll do all the work for you.
I hope to God for my bank account and my belly that I never get divorced.
Okay.
Because my wife has been gone for 5 days.
And who'd bring you?
You have to provide an update on
yeah.
that, Brad, by the way, but carry on.
We have been eating out like every meal. And if it's not, if we're eating something at home, it's like a frozen pizza or like Kraft dinner. I haven't eaten like a piece of real chicken.
So you
for,
you laugh at me for the coffee thing. You haven't cooked yourself dinner in 5 days because your wife's gone.
super busy, man.
Well, it's because he normally doesn't
Hockey?
volunteer his information. You're an open book, and
Yeah,
you
that's
give us the ammunition.
Yeah, good
Full
point.
disclosure.
All right.
Yeah, no, I just like, I'm having a real hell of a time with meal time because it's just easier. And the kids, hey, look, it's Monopoly time at McDonald's. Let's not kid ourselves. That's a lot of fun.
Where's the old lady? World News Awards?
No, she actually did an interview
not
this
here for
morning
that
on
episode?
Kissing.
I was gone last week.
How
Oh,
how-
about it? She did an interview with
Yeah.
Kissing about it? Oh,
So,
wow.
Erin on Thursday left for Spain to meet her oldest sister. New husband.
to meet her long lost sister.
Her long lost oldest sister that was given up for adoption in 1969. And they
Nice.
found out about 4 years ago.
Whoa!
I told you this. You didn't know this?
I didn't tell me this. I wasn't on the show.
Cliff Notes version. Her parents got pregnant out of high school. Didn't know what their future lied. They already had a trip to Europe planned. So they went there and they had the baby. They gave it up for adoption.
No one knew?
Nobody knew until 4 years ago.
Oh, it was
when-
4 years ago. I thought she had 4 months ago.
So no, it was 4 years ago that we found out. It was 2 years ago that we started looking.
Oh,
They started looking.
Timeline
I bring
makes
myself into the royal we because
I know. You,
I'm like the
well, because you
Well,
like to
what
make
did
it
you
about
do on
yourself.
Facebook and Google?
what?
What'd you do? Facebook and Google?
No, she doesn't have it. Couldn't find her.
Smart.
Did Ancestry.com. Didn't find her. 23andMe. Didn't find her. So they got some information about kind of the place of birth, and they went to the adoption agency. It was confirmed that they had facilitated the adoption.
Whoa.
So they got a third party, I guess, people
PI.
finder,
Yeah.
private investigator.
PI.
Found the person, then contacted her and said, these 3 people are your sisters. She knew she was adopted. She'd had a great life, but she knew she was adopted.
Right.
She was told, look, you have 3 blood sisters from your same parents. They are looking to make contact with you,
Holy
and
hell.
it is in your court now as if you would like to. And
How
so
long ago would that happen?
that was 2 years ago. Almost 2 years ago. Yeah, right away. And then so they started connecting, and they connected. They FaceTimed, then more FaceTimes, more
You said it
FaceTimes.
was emails first.
It was emails first, and then about a month and a half in, first FaceTime, and then it was just off to the races. So they, obviously there's 3 of them here in Canada, 1 over in England. They decided, let's meet at a secondary spot, but let's make it easy for you. Barcelona, Spain, hop, skip, and a jump for her. Relatively, the girls had never been there. It's relatively inexpensive to travel to Barcelona, Spain. So that was the spot they chose. And they actually just dropped her off at the airport about an hour ago.
Wow.
They did a whole visit.
So they had a whole visit, 5 days. And from the minute, my wife hired a photographer and videographer from Barcelona.
Damn.
They basically made eye contact in the airport and was like, okay, stay over there.
Yeah.
We're going to do our thing. I don't want it to be like really invasive.
And a choreographer.
And a choreographer. And they basically just like hugged and cried
What
and
a
then
fucking moment.
left the airport and went and had dinner and stayed in the same air. And she said that 3 days in it felt like she knew her whole life. And the one sad part was that like they had lost so much of their life, right? Together.
Mm-hmm.
But she said it's life-changing. It's an amazing experience. It's just incredible. And yeah, it's been great.
It's
been absolutely
So is
fantastic.
the next step like coming over for Christmas kind of thing?
So the next step is we're
Does she have kids?
20 and 15 years old.
And do all your wife's other sisters live in Edmonton?
No, one in Calgary, one in Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's cool, even just to get all the
Yeah.
band members together.
It's also is like to genuinely have a connection and have 5 days go by without being like, well, this got weird and awkward at some point. That's crazy.
Yep, never not once.
It'd be weird to see the mannerisms that they all have, even though they
Oh,
were
yeah.
separated, right?
Yeah.
Like all the weird little idiosyncrasies.
So that's
you
what
have.
I FaceTimed them like 3 or 4 times with the kids. And that's what I was like, let's get down to brass tacks. Like, you play with your ear all the time when you talk, Aaron. Like, what does your sister do? Does she do something similar to you and your sisters? Like, do you guys have the same tics? And they said, not really.
Is she on the news?
What's that?
Is she on
no,
the news?
she's not on the news. No.
You never know.
I don't really know what she does. Textiles or something like that.
Yes.
But yeah, so when my wife put out an Instagram reel, basically telling the story in pictures, it was about a 45 to a minute
Wow.
clip. My wife averages around 6,000 views for reels. I mean, she's on the news. That's pretty good, right? This one has 330,000 views as of today.
Should have sold this. Got a sponsor.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like your proposal?
I
Vogue
told her this
Australia.
like a year and a half ago. I said, we need to video, like this could be a documentary. This is like a crazy story. And, well, we could have been rich. But so
Could have sold Crave.
she then did an interview on Kissing this morning. I do not believe it will be
Did
the
she
last
charge $1
one.
million
There's a lot
for
of
it?
people. No,
Well,
there's a lot of.
She needs management, Chalmers.
She's like, I'm going to be on Kissing this morning at 8 a.m. I'm like, there's
From
a ton
Spain?
of people following your story. Like, post something about that. She goes, well, what am I supposed to say? I'm like, you're in the media. Like, what are you asking me for?
Because you're on a podcast.
I thought her first appearance was supposed to be on Real Life.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
right. Well, I don't think there's much more.
You
of
said
this-
if we bought you a hamburger,
yeah,
you would give us exclusive rights
well, where
to
the
the story.
hamburger is. I don't see no
Fair.
hamburger.
That's true.
I'll see no hamburger.
Well,
That's a crazy story.
People were itching for an update, so.
Yeah, because like it's a real life, like crazy story. This is not something
Like
that
Weathers
happens.
Nation real life podcast?
Yeah. But it's amazing how much traction it's got. It's amazing how many people are just in the comment section saying, like, I don't know you. I'm not even in your city. And I am following your journey every step of the way.
Thank God you didn't post about it again.
Yeah, she
Hey?
was like one time.
9 million people paying attention.
To be fair, though, they're doing a lot of cool stuff. They're They
Bungee
went to
jumping?
Sagrada La Familia or something like
Sagrada
that.
Familia.
Yeah, the big church. They did that today.
It's been under
complete
construction for... No, it isn't.
I think it's done.
No,
now.
no, no,
Or
no,
it's
no.
very close.
Wow, they've been saying that for 200 years.
I think it's done
It's been
or
under
very
construction
close.
for like 600 years.
Yeah.
It's not done.
Yeah, so it's really
They'll
cool.
ring
I
all the
can't-
bells of the churches of the world when they finish that.
True.
thing.
So the future, this is what the future holds, is that they are looking to, if this thing went good, which it did, they're going to come
Start an all-girl
here
band?
at the end of February
So that'd be a nice
and
twist.
or
with
like
you?
March. No, probably not.
material.
Stay in a hotel.
Think
But
about
we're
it.
going to go to the mountains.
Where were you?
They want to go skiing. They want to do the Canadian things. They want to go to they want to go to a place like Banff or Jasper if it's up and running and stuff. So-
Jasper's officially back up and running.
yeah, well, great. I can't wait to take them there, and it'll just be fun. So that like I said to the boys on the Monday show one year, like they have my sons have blood cousins that they've never met that live in London, that live just outside of London, England. Like,
Bet you they like soccer.
I'm guaranteed they do.
Is your wife's sister's husband named Chris?
No, his name is.
You never know.
I don't really know
Tyler.
what his name is.
You never know where these
Starts with a D,
coincidences
but I don't know
end.
how to say it.
Denton?
No, no, it's not.
Jay, you should tell a
Denton
story about when the
Merriweather
Downtons of Europe with their transport company that's just like your transport company. It's
Oh,
in the
my
goddamn
cousin's transport
DNA for you people to transport.
Yeah, but it's an interesting story.
It's a very interesting
but it's not
story.
like as interesting as that. But
No, I think it's pretty interesting.
my cousin in Lacombe, Rocky, he's got a trucking company called Downs Transport.
Yep.
The logo is written out in old school calligraphy.
Yep.
And it's burgundy.
Like brown
Continue.
and yellow is the Downton brand
This is key in a moment.
in southern Alberta, and this is the time in like the late '90s, early 2000s. We're like, oh, your company has to have a website, so he's going to get a website for Downs Transport, and he's trying to go and buy the URL, and someone else owns it. So then he's like, what the hell? Like that's so weird. Or sorry, that's sorry. I'm confusing this.
Okay.
He launched Down Transport as he was able to get the URL, sorry, and he launches the website. And like months after the website goes, he gets like this inquiry from a Downton Transport in England. And they're like, are you copycatting us? Like, what are you doing? They're like, no, I'm Rocky Downton and I own a trucking company in Alberta,
Who's
Canada.
Oh, in Alberta, yeah.
And they're like, I'm Steve Downton in Gloucestershire, England. I also own a Downton Trucking. Are we fucking related?
Logo, calligraphy,
Like
also
logo,
brown.
all very similar.
Very similar.
Everything eerily similar.
And were they?
well, we're still, because they're from, like, it's funny because like our origin from the Downton side is in that area. So we haven't gone too far, but like we are convinced that there is a connection.
Trucking in your jeans.
That's very random that you would
Trucking
like.
in your
Yeah,
jeans.
like
eh?
they were gonna sue Rocky, being like, "Hey,
Oh, yeah.
give us that website. You copying us?" And like, no, I'm actually a Downton that has a trucking company.
Big truck in your jeans.
Yeah. So the Downton. So we went and met the Downtons for in Easter in like 2016, 17.
These downs with the trucking.
I see the Downtons here all the time.
Oh.
The ones in England. I was with the Downtons from here in England.
Yeah.
And yeah, and they showed up in like a big like Sprinter van, and like 20 of them like walked out.
Like the Flanders
And one
reunion,
of
they
them-
all look
And
like
it was,
you guys.
Yeah,
one
it
of
was
them looked
funny
like you.
because like
Oakley Doakley.
it was the dads, like the brothers. So yeah, there's like 4 brothers that started the trucking company, and it was where I saw the similarities was with their kids, because that would be like kind of and like, well, this guy's tall, brunette, curly hair. I'm like, that is me, even though you can't tell I have curly hair. And it's like
Used to.
it's like interesting, right?
It'd be like if there was a tailor that grunted his wife awake every morning. You'd feel kinship.
Yeah.
There are no more of you.
So
though,
that's
Tyler.
why I got a Downton truck from England. A lorry from England that's a Downton truck in my office.
That's weird.
All right. We got to wrap this up, but there's a couple of things I can't believe we left them to the end.
What?
Our season opening launch, our season
Oh,
launch party.
geez, yes. a lot
October
of-
17th at Greta. Tickets on sale now, nationgear.ca. We got drink specials. You got prizes to win. It's in
Raising money
support
for
of-
charity.
Raising money for charity, all in support of free play for kids. On the 17th, it's a Thursday night. What do I like to say? If you're going to be hungover on company time. So come, have a couple of Beveraginos with us at Greta. Watch the Oil play. Watch Edmonton play.
Beveraginos?
Yeah, a couple of Beveraginos.
Sure, Beveraginos.
Trouble in for the new season. Is that the term?
We have 2 more things to announce.
Odd Company. Nation Beer's back.
We are back, baby.
Everyday lager.
Crushable?
I've heard
Very.
rumors it's very crushable.
Very crushable.
Can we get a 4-pack here for Thursday's episode? Pre-game before we go watch the game?
If it's ready. The packaging's ready. Now they have to do like the whole assembly of label, can, beer in can. That's all happening.
Beer
But it's very
in-
close.
beer
It's
in-
all coming it's coming in hot.
Have you seen what the can looks like, Charles?
Yes, I have.
It's crisp.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yep. Looks good, tastes good.
Yeah.
How do you know you haven't tasted it? It's not.
I've-
I
Got
have.
it.
It's delicious.
Oh, okay.
Delicious. I got to choose between like a few options, and this was the one that
Was
me and
crushable?
sales guy Jared thought was the most crushable.
Was it down to 2, or was this a winner right from the jump?
Oh, out of the 3, I was like, yeah, it is clearly this one. And the other 2 were good, but Nation Beer has a certain type of flavor profile.
Just like Bud Light.
Close.
That's what we're going for.
No, as close as you can.
Yeah, just like Bud. Bud Light's delicious, man. People who don't like Bud Light can get absolutely.
Preaching to the choir.
I was about to swear, but I remember there's kids listening. Mm-hmm. I can't explain to you why Bud Light's so delicious or what its type of beer is, but if I go to a restaurant that's fancy and I go, just give me the closest thing you have to Bud Light,
Yep.
it's always good, man.
Yeah, you say, that crushable lager.
I was at our Drawson Pizza waiting for my son's hockey game to start.
Crushable Bud Light.
Asked, give me your light beer, anything like Bud Light and Coors Light. PBR.
What's that?
Pabst Blue Ribbon. Not like Bud Light and Coors Light.
I think so.
Beer
fine.
people, they'll
I
get
don't know.
mad at you when you tell them that. They're like,
was
"Oh, how
fine.
can you say that? How can we not like a nice IPA or like a
Because I don't want to choke every single time I take a
grapefruit
drink of it.
infused?"
I
man.
like to adventure
I don't
with
wanna
beers,
cook a
but
loaf
like
of
if I'm
bread in my
having a
stomach.
few, then it's got to be
Never
like
get
something like
heartburn
that.
from Bud Light either, or rarely.
You
Some
won't
of
get
these-
heartburn from the Nation Beer either.
Well, if it's a
Nope.
crushable lager, you won't.
Oh,
Bingo.
it is a lager. It's nice, and that's the thing. It's a lager.
Last thing on the docket. Nation Vacation. It's sold out.
Sold out.
We opened up 10 more spots. They've now started moving.
They're moving now, and we partnered up with Oodle Noodle to give away 2 spots.
Yeah,
Heck
if
of
you
a
didn't-
contest.
If you didn't see the video online, you can go into any of the locations in Edmonton and enter to win a trip for 2 on the Nation Vacation. You get delicious noodles, you get entered into a draw. That is the definition of a win-win proposition.
And think about the likelihood you'll actually win this versus other contests you may enter.
It's very high.
It's very high.
it's very
like
high.
you could
Survey
actually
Brett.
win this.
What's the date on it again?
November 29th until December 3rd, we are going to Denver. If you want to get in, again, like we opened up 10 more and then they already started selling. There's a handful more left on this thing. If you want to get in, you got to get in fast. Nationgear.ca. You get 4 nights hotel, downtown Denver. Edmonton, Colorado on a Saturday night.
Watch party
Denver-
on the Friday night.
Watch party on the Friday. Hockey game Saturday. Monday nighter on the Monday.
Sunday,
obviously.
we're going to go find a good bar, and we're just going to watch football all day
And-
with bets galore. Thank you, Bet365.
And
Unlimited mimosas?
if you agree to room with me, half off the trip, but you have to bring me my coffee when I grunt.
Yes, and be comfortable you drinking beer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And when you get home at the end of the day, it might get weird.
Yeah, but again, you get the full experience.
Hunter's got to hunt.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for tuning in today. We will be back on Thursday when we will have the Oilers home opener and banner raising to recap.
Oh, it's so weird. Does it feel like the season's starting?
No.
It's so weird, man.
Leave the banner down. It ain't the big one.
Can you close, Tyler, just a simulation of the grunt noise that you do?
Get
That
this
is
man a
so
coffee.
disrespectful.
Get this man a coffee.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.